In the town of Oroko, death was a public affair. When someone died, the whole village showed up. Women wailed. Men stood stiff with folded arms. Children were hushed and pulled back. Burials were sacred, heavy, and communal. Silence was expected. Tears were permitted. Anything else was unforgivable, which was why Mirela unsettled everyone. She laughed at burials. First incident, uneasy confusion. The first time it happened, people thought they heard wrong. The coffin had just been lowered. The rope slid through trembling hands. Someone whispered a final prayer. Then, a laugh. Short, clear. Mirela stood there, hands clasped, eyes dry. No one said anything. Grief is strange. It blurs outrage. It delays judgment. So they let it pass. Pattern emerges. Whispers turn to fear. The second burial came weeks later. Same thing. Not during prayers. Not during speeches. She waited. She waited until the earth hit the coffin. Then she laughed. This time, people stared. Is she laughing? At a burial? Who was that woman? By the third burial, her name spread faster than the death announcement. Mirela. That woman is Mirela. She always comes. By the fifth burial, fear had replaced confusion. That woman is heartless. She enjoys pain. She mocks the dead. Some said she was cursed. Others said she was possessed. A few claimed she brought death with her, that wherever Mirela stood, another grave would soon be dug. Mothers pulled their children away from her path. Men watched her with clenched jaws. Even the elders avoided her eyes. Still, Mirela came to every burial. She never dressed strangely, never caused trouble. She stood quietly, hands folded, eyes dry, until she laughed. At the burial of an elderly woman, two men blocked Mirela's path. Why do you keep coming? One demanded.
Why do you keep coming?
There are other places you can be. I live here,
I live
Mirela
here.
replied calmly. This is sacred ground, the other said. If you cannot behave. I behave, she said. I stand. I wait. They had no answer for that. They let her pass. She laughed again that day. The burial of the young man, anger explodes. One afternoon, death came suddenly. A young man collapsed in the market. By evening, his body lay wrapped in cloth. By morning, the village gathered. The grief was raw, uncontrolled. When the coffin was lowered, Mirela's laughter rose, clear, unmistakable. A woman screamed.
Enough!
Enough! It was the dead man's aunt. She pushed through the crowd, her wrapper loose. Her face streaked with tears and fury. What kind of evil laughs when we bury our own? She shouted. Do you have no shame? Others joined in. Why are you always here? Is death a joke to you? Do you know how many hearts you've wounded? The burial ground erupted. People surrounded Mirela, voices overlapping, anger spilling out after months of restraint. Someone spat near her feet. Someone else picked up a stone, then thought better of it. The village head stepped forward, his voice heavy. Mirela, he said, people are afraid. You must stop coming to burials. Or at least, stop laughing. For a long moment, Mirela said nothing. She looked around at their faces, twisted by grief, suspicion, and rage. Then she spoke. You think I laugh because I do not feel pain, she said. But you are wrong. The crowd fell silent, not because they believed her, but because they wanted to hear her defend herself. My father died when I was young, Mirela continued. At his burial, my mother cried until her chest failed her. She followed him to the grave before the year ended. Murmurs rippled through the crowd. My sister buried her husband, she said. She screamed so loudly that something in her broke. She is alive, but she has never laughed again. Mirela's voice shook now, but she did not stop. I cried at every burial. I cried until grief became my shadow. I cried until death learned my name. She lifted her head, and then I realized something. People leaned in despite themselves. Death does not stop when you cry, Mirela said.